Welcome, LCC. I'm so glad to be with you for just a moment here and have the privilege to introduce to you our LCC choir. They're going to be singing a song for us entitled The Blessing by Carrie Job. But before they sing, I want to remind you of the power of the spoken blessing in the lives of others. Our words have great influence in the lives of those around us. And spoken blessings can bring hope, can bring encouragement, can bring direction to our families and friends and others. Many people today are experiencing deepening relationships and spiritual encouragement as they discover the power of the spoken blessing. A spoken blessing is a positive biblical statement that invokes the blessing of God in the life of another. The power of spoken blessings comes from God, who himself says he has blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Christ. Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 3. You see, a blessing is an instrument of God's love. Our words have the potential to do good or to do harm. The Bible describes the potential impact of our words in verses such as these, like death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Proverbs 18:21. And then in Proverbs 16:24, it's pleasant words are as honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones. And heaviness in the heart of man maketh it stoop, but a good word maketh it glad. Proverbs 12:25. You see, a spoken blessing does good to those who hear it. In the New Testament, the English word bless is a translation of the Greek word eulogio. And according to Strong's exhaustive concordance of the Bible, eulogio means to speak well of, to bless. In other words, to thank or invoke a benediction upon or prosper someone. When you bless others, you direct God's goodness to them. You intercede for them. You stand in the gap for them as you come boldly to the throne of grace in faith. The priestly blessing, which this song comes from, that the choir will be singing, is found in Numbers 6, verse 24 to 26, which provides us with an excellent example of a godly blessing. And I want to read it in the Amplified version. It goes like this: the Lord bless you and keep you, or protect you, sustain you, and guard you. Verse 25, the Lord make his face shine upon you with favor and be gracious to you, or surrounding you with loving kindness. And verse 26, the Lord lift up his countenance or his face upon you with divine approval and give you peace, or in other words, a tranquil heart and life. In the midst of COVID, there's been so much discouragement the last year, and even still in places around the world, so many people are suffering. So many people are going through discouraging, depressing times. We need to be, as God's people, speaking a blessing upon them, blessing them, encouraging them with his word. And so I want you to listen carefully to this song by Carrie Job. I want you to receive that blessing, but I also want you to be encouraged to go out and bless others.
Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you. Be gracious to you. Lord, turn
gracious to you. Lord, turn His
face toward you and give you peace.
Lord bless you and keep you.
Make His face shine upon you.
Be gracious to you.
The Lord turn His face toward you and give you peace. May His favor be upon you and 1,000 generations,
And your family, and your children, and their children, and their children.
may His favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, your family and your children and their children and their children.
May His favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children.
May His favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May His presence go before you and behind you and beside you, all around you and within you. He is with you. He is with you. In the morning, in the evening, in your calling, in your going,
In your weeping and rejoicing, He is for you, He is for you.
He is for